Hello and welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards, cause Commander's number one. I am one of your hosts, Daniel. I'm here today with Sherman. Sherman, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy with my one deck where I thought it would never win a single game, but I ended up winning with the never-ending tournament. So I'm very happy with that.
What deck was that one?
That was my Obeka one, so I can get the multiple upkeeps.
Well, that's fair. That's it's fun to get when you don't expect a win. That's kind of nice to get one.
Yeah, like I built the deck around being like, okay, it has like a 0.0000001% chance of winning, but let's do it anyways. So, but yeah, how are you feeling? Because you sent a few interesting pictures today.
Yeah, I had a like super bad allergic reaction yesterday, so I basically just took way too many antihistamines last night. And I was like, I'm gonna go to bed and work itself out, and it did work itself out and stuff. So I like I said, I was just like covered in like hives, like marks all over my body and stuff. I'm really allergic to smoke, like cigarette smoke. So it's been not as wonderful as it could be, but no, other than that, just has been a busy week, doctor's appointments, getting ready for everything, kind of like that. And then we got a bunch of spoilers for Lorwyn, so I have been building a bunch of stuff because the set doesn't suck for once. So
Yeah, you and Slothy both are like dibs on this one. I'm just like, I'm just gonna sit this one out, let you guys have all the fun.
they gave, again, I read like a portion of the story. They're like, here's some of the new characters. One of them is a student from Strixhaven. It's a deaf owl named Abigale. I was like, oh, cool. And then they spoiled the Abigale card. I was like, yeah, for sure, I'm gonna make that. And then I named the deck Complaints Fall on Deaf Ears, and it's just an annoying deck. I looked at like how other people are building it. Other people are building it in a, yeah, by the way, we're doing Abigale, if anyone's wondering. Other people are building it in a way that's like makes sense. You're taking advantage of a bunch of creatures that have horrible abilities, like a hunted horror that's like a 7 power kind of thing for 4. That's not what this deck is. This deck is not meant for that. It's meant to just be annoying and hilarious. It's one of the funniest commander abilities I've ever seen. It's obnoxious and it's hilarious. And it's, I would say, fairly unique in what it can do. But you're going to get killed by the table. This is, I want to say before we jump into any of this is a more expensive than normal deck. It was so fun to put together. You can budget it down a little bit, but this shows the problem with, especially like the websites that estimate your bracket. This estimates it's a bracket 2 deck. This is like a $445 deck, bracket 2 $400 deck, and then it's like a super salty deck, and it doesn't make it that salty for some reason on its salt score. So things can be wrong. You still got to play with the right intention. And before I jump into saying what Abigale is and why I built it this way, and hilarious, if you want any of those wonderful like cards from Lorwyn, you're going to go over to houseofcards.ca, promo code IT99. You're going to go buy all of the nice fancy versions of everything. All of the new special guest cards are coming back out there. Promo code IT99. Going to get you a discount. It supports us, supports another wonderful business. And yeah, there's a lot of cool cards coming out. So you're definitely going to want to go over there and get that discount. If you want a cool place to display those commanders, these new ones, Nerd Gear Game, the same promo code. It's going to also wonderful discount, and they just have really cool stuff in general, so go check them out. And with that, one second, I actually I had to throw that mute on to cough. If you want to support us directly, go over to Patreon, and then just support us there. Like, share, subscribe. Really does help out and makes it so we can do more and more of that stuff. Now, with all of these things said, let's jump into what Abigale does, because Abigale is, in my opinion, one of the weirdest Orzhov commanders they printed in a while, because normally you've got like a lot of Orzhov stuff is death and taxes, a lot of exile, a lot of that, but it's not usually just straight annoying. I can't think of any other Orzhov commander that's just this annoying. Can you, Sherman?
Not even like Luris is this annoying.
No, yeah, this one's pretty rough. So Abigale is a 2-mana commander, which I have no problem with whatsoever. Abigale is it's hybrid Orzhov. It's a 1/1 bird bard, and it has flying first strike lifelink. Then it has this ability. When Abigale enters, up to one other target creature loses all abilities. Put a flying counter, first strike counter, and a lifelink counter on that creature. This is just a really, really funny ability. You can just ruin everyone's commander. Everyone's that. You don't have to say what you're targeting when you're casting it because this is an enters ability. It is already resolved before the ability starts to do that. So people can't say, well, like I don't have to say, okay, Sherman, I'm getting yours, and then you can counter me. This enters and then we counter.
Yeah.
That's a rough ability. It's hilarious. It's like I said, you can wreck commanders with it. You can wreck, like, this is hitting every Seedborn Muse. Now, keep this in mind. Those creatures are all going to attack you. Every time that I'm giving you guys a flying first strike life linker that I've taken your abilities from, understand these are coming back at you. This is not a deck if you don't want to like play against the table. I had a great time playing this deck because I like to fight the whole table. I like to threaten everyone. And this is just a great deck for that. There's a bunch of really, really unique and weird cards kind of thing in this. But Abigale is just a really, really interesting commander for that ability. But those are horrendous stats to give an opponent, just so you know. Flying first strike and lifelink is bad. Now, like I said, a lot of people are building it with like a hunted horror, these like other big creatures that have not wonderful abilities. Like
they're like 13/13, and you're giving them first strike, flying, and lifelink, stuff like that.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of stuff you can build this in your own way and stuff. But I just think it's a funny deck this way. So let's jump into our ramp section. We've got a few sections to get to before we take it off. So let's I'll start our ramp off here. We have just a normal arcane signet. It's going to be 2 mana. Add 1 mana of your commander's identity, which is Orzhov.
And then after that, we have an Orzhov Cluestone for 3 mana. Tap to add a white or a black, and you can tap a white and a black and tap it to sacrifice the Cluestone to draw a card. Always nice to do that.
Yeah, we have it's a really, really basic ramp section. Most of the, like I said, there's some weird cards in here. One of them, you can budget the deck down, we'll say, right? But our ramp section is pretty basic because we don't have a lot of very expensive stuff in this deck. Abigale's only a 2 mana commander that comes out basically every game turn 2 if you want to, and it's so funny. The I was saying really quickly that I got an early rage quit. Somebody was playing Marwyn. Why would you play Marwyn into, like, why would you drop Marwyn knowing that I'm going to 2 mana this? They got Marwyn out so quick, and I was like, okay, Marwyn's a first striker now. I got
They're just hoping you target something else.
No, I got attacked with that every time. Next, we've got an Orzhov Locket, another 3 mana rock. It's going to tap for white or black, and then you can pay the hybrid 4 times, sack it, draw 2 cards.
After that, we have Scholar of New Horizons for 1 and a white. It's a creature human scout that's a 1/1. It enters with a 1/1 counter on it. Now you can tap it to remove a counter from a permanent you control. Search your library for a plains card and reveal it. If an opponent controls more lands than you, you may put that card onto the battlefield tapped. If you don't, put the card on the battlefield, put it in your hand instead, then shuffle. This is a really interesting card.
Yeah, we can keep our own ramp kind of going and just take because we can take these counters that we give out off, right? We can take off our own flying first strike and lifelink counters, which is pretty nice. So it gives us kind of a recurring ramp if needed, and even still in a worst case scenario we can dump the, because we always can put these on our own creatures, right? We just don't really have a creature section that's super built for that. But I really like Scholar of the New Horizons, and it's always fun to play with taking our own counters away. Next we have our Soul Ring, which is again just simple. The new artwork for Soul Ring looks so cool. I cannot get enough of that one.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I really, really like this one. This isn't the one that's in the deck, but as soon as I saw this artwork, I was like, well, this is indefinitely the Soul Ring artwork I want. 1 mana taps for 2.
And then after that, the last one we have is going to be Talisman of Hierarchy for 2 mana. Tap it to add a colorless, or you can tap it to add a white or a black, but it deals 1 damage to you.
Yeah, nothing super spectacular in our ramp section. We're pretty cheap on ramp. Draw is kind of where we start to get a little expensive because there's a few of the, again, we're not in blue, right? So we're going to start our draw section with Cut a Deal. I honestly think that Cut a Deal is like one of the best white cards available right now. it just does so much in a commander game for so little mana. 2 and a white. Yeah, technically, by the way, I do have group hug cards in here. I can technically call this a group hug. That's all. That's what I'm saying. Technically, we're group hugging because I can. Is it not group hug to wreck someone's bad ability? You cast an Ulamog. I keep saying it's horrible, but I keep saying that I'm just you know what? I'm not even going to say what I say. I'll say this after to you, Sherman. But it's funny. We wreck people's cards. That's all we're saying. So you put an Ulamog down, your Ulamog suddenly has no abilities, except for flying first strike. Like that's a problem. But cut a deals. Each opponent draws a card. Then you draw a card for each opponent who draws this way. 3 for 3, and we buy a little goodwill. Great.
Yeah. After that, we have Enduring Innocence for 1 double white. Enchantment creature, Sheep Glimmer. That's a 2/1. It has lifelink. Whenever one or more other creatures you control with power 2 or less enter, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Whenever the Enduring Innocence dies, if it was a creature returning to the battlefield under its owner's control, it's an enchantment instead. I love these cards. I love this cycle. It was great. They're like all fantastic, and yeah, it's the problem is they're expensive.
Yeah, the glimmers are awesome. Yeah. I want to quickly explain my thought process on why there's this group hug, quote unquote, draw stuff in here. The whole point is to wreck people's creatures. And if they don't have those creatures out, I can't do the annoying stuff I want to do in this deck. So I need them to keep drawing creatures because, again, we can keep our answers. Everything we have is pretty low cost in this deck. There's not much high cost stuff. But we want to keep drawing to this, and we want to just keep ruining people's creatures because it is arguably hilarious. So we threw a Font of Mythos in here. It's 4 mana at the beginning of each player's draw step. That player draws 2 more cards. That's more lands for them to get to. And again, you're able to kind of pseudo hide behind. I'm group hugging, guys. Come on. Who wants me to help them out? Who wants me to give their creature flying?
Yeah. And the next card for that, for half the cost, half the price, half of everything, is Howling Mine for 2 mana. And then an artifact that at the beginning of each player's draw step, if it's untapped, that player draws an additional card.
Yeah, we're group hugging. We continue our group hug path with Lauren of the Third Path. 2 and a white with Vigilance. It's a 2/1 Human Artificer. When Lauren enters, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. So again, we're blowing up what's problematic at the table, and you and target opponent each draw a card. I generally always like this because I always say, Sherman, you know that's annoying. Got to get rid of it, but I'm going to give you the draw. It's okay. I'll give you the draw for 3 turns or something, you know? I'm still drawing my cards I want. I'm still able to say, oh, it's group hug. Trust me, guys.
Yeah, you always say that. Just like, man.
It's always group hug.
All right. Yeah. Next one is going to be a Scrawling Crawler for 3 mana. It's an artifact creature Phyrexian construct that's a 3/2. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player draws a card. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player loses 1 life. Great card, fun card, annoying card. People tend to target you after you play this, so be warned.
It's a little less annoying because I think generally speaking, players are a lot easier to lose 1 life. You know, like you lose 1 life on your turn for your draw, that's okay. You lose 1 on mine, but you get the extra draw. It's not like the Nekasar where it hurts you all up front and then you're mad now that you're holding your new hand and you're like, I gotta get this guy.
The problem I have with cards like this is that whenever I see something like this, you know someone's going to do something stupid like play a Windfall or Winds of Change or something along those lines. Every single time. So it's just like,
not in this deck.
And damage out of out of nowhere.
Not in this deck. We're just group hugging. And then we get a Welcoming Vampire, just another cool piece of draw. 2/3. It's a flying vampire for 2 and a white. Whenever 1 or more other creatures you control with power 2 or less enter, you draw a card. Triggers only once each turn. That's okay.
Yeah.
I
like that.
Yeah, like I said, the Scrawling Crawler, pretty expensive card, and so is Font of Mythos. You can throw in some of the cheaper white draw to smooth it out. I will make a budget version of this deck that's available if you guys want to see it. It'll be in the show notes as well too. But we're doing my version. My version is a $450 bracket 2 deck. Don't worry about it.
Bracket 2. Bracket 2.
Bracket 2. You gotta say bracket 2 so you can do peace signs the whole time. What's that? You know?
Yeah, you do the peace signs. So like you're saying it's bracket 2, but it's actually bracket 4.
That's actually kind of funny. What's our next section?
All right. We're going to the next category here. You've named it defense. So I'm going to start it off here with a ghostly prison for 2 and a white. It's an enchantment. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 2 for each creature they control that's attacking you. I always love and hate these cards. They're so annoying.
Yeah, we need a little bit of defense in this deck. This deck is great to wreck good cards, but if people are playing token decks, we're kind of, you're going to get swarmed. You're going to get swarmed, especially because you have to understand, this isn't a deck for trying to win the game so much. You will win some games with some fun stuff, but a lot of times you're just going to die. You're going to die to making your friends mad, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if they do want to swing out at us with tokens, it's going to hurt them. We've got a Hissing Miasma next. It's 1 double black. Whenever a creature attacks you, its controller loses a life.
Fun. What? Why the heck is that card 250? What the heck? It's not a great card. It's a fun card, but it's not a great card. Why is it 250?
Yeah, right.
Oh, next one we have. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen this in a long time. It's a Koskun Falls for 2 double black. It's an enchant world. So if you have this out and you haven't entered like something like Krikorian Crossroads, you can get rid of it with that because you can only have like one enchantment out at one time, right?
Yep.
So, anyways, during your upkeep, tap target untapped creature you control or destroy the falls. No creature can attack you unless its controller pays an additional 2 whenever that creature attacks. That's really cool. For like, it's a ghostly prison basically for black. It costs more. It's kind of cool. It's old. It's $20.
It's reserve list. We were in some old dark magic boxes for this deck.
It's from Homelands, one of the worst sets ever.
Yeah, it's not wonderful. Next we go to Over Encumbered, which is a hilarious card. This is 1 and a white. You enchant an opponent. It's an aura. When Over Encumbered enters the battlefield, enchanted opponent creates a clue, food, and junk tokens. You play this on people like Sloth. You play in this food deck, right?
Yeah.
At the beginning of combat on enchanted opponent's turn, that player can pay 1 for each artifact they control. If they don't, creatures can't attack this combat.
It's such a good card. So great.
Yeah, 2 mana to just stop the artifact player in their tracks is wonderful.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, I love this card. The next one. It's called Peace Talks for 1 and a white. It's a sorcery speed card. During this turn and the next one, players cannot declare an attack and cannot play spells or abilities that target any permanent or player. This is so annoying. It shuts down so many decks and it basically gives you like 2 turns for free.
I want to quickly, what's the gatherer on it? Is it until your next turn or is it?
Until your next turn. Next turn.
Is it until my next turn or just the next turn?
Your next turn. It should be.
No, it's still this turn and next turn. So other people still can get at us.
Okay, never mind. I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, this can affect the same player twice if they have 2 turns in a row, or it can affect different players. In multiplayer, it affects exactly 2 players, not a full round of turns.
It's still a fun card. I don't care.
It's a strange one, but it is fun. Like I said, we're stopping one person in particular or 2, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Next, we have a Revenge of Ravens. 3 and a black. Whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, that creature's controller loses a life, and we gain a life.
Hurrah!
Simple life gain deck.
Yeah. And after that, we have Righteous Cause for 3 double white enchantment. Whenever a creature attacks you, gain 1 life. Yeah, I really like the fact that you're gaining life. Games are getting to the point where life gain actually matters quite a bit. Whether you have a little or a lot, it doesn't matter. It just prolongs the game for you, so you have a better chance of winning.
Yeah. Well, we do have to remember our commander does have lifelink. We're going to try swing it at whoever doesn't have flying. We are kind of doling flying out a little bit, but that's okay.
But your commander's a 1/1. Ooh.
Yeah, it is. Next, we have removal. I actually put a few pieces of removal in the deck this time because
Nice.
You need them. We start. Our first one is going to be a modal one. It's Fell to Profane. 2 double black. It's an instant. You destroy target creature or planeswalker.
And on the other side, it's just a land.
Yeah, other side, it's just a tap black land that you can pay 3 life for to enter tapped. Fellmire.
After that, we have Fracture for white and a black. It's an instant. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker. I really like this. It's just a better disenchant.
I just keep seeing a lot of planeswalkers right now, so I put a lot of planeswalker hate in the deck more than normal.
Well, like planeswalkers are getting better and better, right? So, and then like the worst part about planeswalkers is when someone's like, oh, like why are you destroying my realm in 6 or something like that, or something, and they're like just complaining. So like, I never get the ultimate. If you get an ultimate, we're all screwed. No, it's going away.
Well, like you said, exactly. Like players like Brian, who like Brian loves to replay his cards, right? He wants that like Ren and 7 or whatever in every deck he can to keep getting the cards back. And yeah, a lot of people do kind of hide. I'm not even doing anything with it. Just leave it alone. It's nah. Sometimes you got to be able to destroy some of those things. Next we have our Pact of the Serpent, because a lot of people build in one line, and that line is I choose a creature type, I'm building it. 1 double black, choose a creature type. Target player draws X cards and loses X life, where X is the number of creatures they control of the chosen type. Hilarious on the Scoot Swarm player.
Yeah. Scoot Swarm, vampires, like Caesar players, there's so many different things now, right?
And again,
like, even Opters now and constructs.
And again, we are group hugging. You need a little draw in your elf deck? Die.
Yeah. After that, we have Promise of Loyalty for 4 and a white. It's sorcery. Each player puts a vow counter on a creature they control and sacrifices the rest. Each of those creatures cannot attack you or planeswalkers you control for as long as it has a vow counter on it. So much fun.
I mean, the deck is about giving other creatures counters, if we really look at it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
This is just another kind of counter to give them. We have Saw in Half next. It's such a good card. 2 and a black, destroy target creature. If that creature dies this way, its controller creates 2 tokens that are copies of it, except their power is half that creature's power and their toughness is half that creature's toughness, rounded up each time. I think it's funny to do on Abigale because it still enters as 1/1s and then makes their creatures silly with us. So it's kind of fun, but it is a fun one. Again, you can group hug with it, and you can say, you want me to double up your ETB triggers?
Yeah, fun. All right. After that, we have Spectral Grasp for 1 and white. It is an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature cannot attack you or planeswalker you control. Enchanted creature cannot block creatures you control. So it can still block, just not yours.
Yeah, I like this one. I kind of like it more than the goad one. The goad stuff, I have too many decks that goad creatures, and goading kind of annoys people. You can still attack, you just can't attack me. That's okay.
Yeah.
And you can keep it up as a blocker if you want, but again, you also can't do it for me. We're good. And then we have a Vanishing Verse, because I just really like this card in general. Just 1 white, 1 black, exile target monocolored permanent.
It's an interesting card, I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next section here, section number 5. You have called Blink. Only have 4 cards here. And the first one we have is going to be Conjurer's Closet for 5 mana. It is an artifact. At the beginning of your end step, you may exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control. So you're choosing your commander, and you're making another thing vanilla.
There's no way to say what we might choose. It could be anything, really.
We're going to choose our commander. And
it's going to be our commander. It's kind of nice because we have a lot of those cards like the Welcoming Vampire, those like slow ETBs of the 2 or less power for draw. And we do have stuff that can also like Scholar of New Horizons if we need, but again, it's our commander. It's our commander every time. Next we have Panharmonicon, because I want my commander's ability to go off. You don't have to do anything with Abigale. Keep that in mind. We don't have to. We're gonna do it every time, but we don't have to. So Panharmonicon, 4 colorless mana. If an artifact or creature entering causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time.
Always fun. Always good. Must destroy. After that, we have Parting Gust for 2 white. It's an instant. You can gift a tapped fish. You exile target non-token creature. If the gift wasn't promised, return that creature to the battlefield under its owner's control with a 1/1 counter on it at the beginning of the next end step. That's a fun card.
Yeah, I like it. It's there's I think I've said this before a few times. There's fast blinks and slow blinks, right? So this is what you cast to like save something from a board wipe.
Yeah.
end step, because a lot of blinks just bring it right back immediately, right? And that's not going to help you out that much. But technically, also a group hug card. You gift a fish if you need to, and it is nice that we can just actually use it as an exile piece if we really need to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we have Teleportation Circle. 3 and a white. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to one target artifact or creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control.
I hope we go back to the Forgotten Realms like area, like stuff, because I want a reprint of Teleportation Circle. It's impossible to find.
It needs a reprint so badly. It's like, again, an $18 card. It should be like a $5 card.
Yeah, it should be something along the lines of like Conjurer's Closet or anything, right? But like Conjurer's Closet has been reprinted a few times. Teleportation Circle only has like the one printing, right? So
That's a great card.
Oh yeah, it's so much fun. All right, so those were the full cards under Blink. We're going on to your next section, which is counters. You have 7 cards here total. First one is going to be Aether Snap for 3 double black. It's sorcery. Remove all counters from all permanents and exile all tokens. That seems annoying.
we just everything that we did give flying and lifelink becomes vanilla.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Next we have our Agent of Shadow Thieves. 1 and a black for a legendary enchantment background. Commander creatures you own have whenever this creature attacks a player, if no opponent has more life than that player, you put a 1/1 counter on this creature. It gains Death Touch and Indestructible till end of turn. A Death Touch flying lifelinker is great, and then it's going to keep growing our commander if we need to.
Yeah, that's going to be annoying.
Because that's the thing, right? You can still like, even like, it's not a lot of commander damage. It's like 2 commander damage, but you don't want to keep getting hit with this Abigale, right? And again, I'm able to very easily be like, well, I wanted to have Indestructible. I got to attack you. You have the most life, Sherman. Sorry. So you can throw your now vanilla creatures in front of it. You're not going to out first strike or lifelink them and stuff like that. If you try and put a second one in front of it to try, like you're just going to lose creatures for this point. I like this card a lot. I really like Agent of Shadow Thieves.
After that, we have a Ferropede for 3 mana. There's an artifact creature insect that's a 1/1. It is unblockable. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may remove a counter from target permanent. Always nice.
Yeah. Again, we want to take their flying away. We don't want them to have flying. We want air superiority.
Yeah.
In whatever way we can get. Next in our counter section, we have a Hex Parasite, which is again another wonderful card in this deck. 1 colorless mana for a 1/1 insect. X and Phyrexian black. Remove up to X counters from target permanent. For each counter removed this way, Hex Parasite gets 1/1 till end of turn. I'm more than willing to lose that 2 life every time and get rid of those cards that I'm the counters that I'm giving them.
That's a really fun card. It is a really fun one. Hard to find because it's so old. Plus, it's like $9.
There's a lot of weird cards in this one that, like I said, are older ones that you don't see played as much, right? So,
which is always nice. After that, we have a Noble Heritage for 1 and a white. Legendary enchantment background. Commander creatures you own have, when this creature enters the battlefield and at the beginning of your upkeep, each player may put 2 1/1 counters on a creature they control. For each opponent who does, you gain protection from that player until your next turn.
Now, see, not everyone wants to take this all the time because they want to attack you, but we are making their creatures lifelinkers, so it is nice to be able to get those back.
Fair.
Right? Next, we have a Thief of Blood, a card that you don't get to see played very often, but I think this is one of the better decks to play it in. It's so fun to get it off. 4 double black for a 1/1 vampire with flying. As it enters, you remove all counters from all permanents. Thief of Blood enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it for each counter removed this way.
I have to say, like playing with which one? It was like Sin or something like basically the character Sin from the Final Fantasy precon.
Mm-hmm.
It does the same thing for Simic colors, and it's devastating. Like there's times when you like see it come out and it's like, okay, it's like a 600.
Well, the other thing too is like it's we are just losing every ability that they have, which is good. And there's a lot of things grant like a static ability, like creatures you control have trample gets removed like layer wise if they are on there, as far as I'm aware. Like it's
like a dress down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you again, They're losing all of their good abilities. It's really, really fun.
After that, we have Throw Parasite for a single black. It's a creature, it's a throw. It's a 1/1. It has Extort. You can tap it to pay 2 life, remove a counter from target non-land permanent. Hey, that's interesting.
Yeah, right. So yeah,
I would
our
play that with my it's a commercial non-land. Yeah, I would totally play that with like finality counters. That sounds like so much fun.
I know, right? Getting rid of the finality counters is such a difficult thing, but it's nice when you
Yeah.
can. That's our counter section. Now we have Back from the Dead. Our commander's going to die a lot. Every piece of removal is going at our commander for sure. But again, it's fun to be able to do this. So this is all sections for bringing things from the back from the dead. You can use a lot of this section to group hug if you want. You can make friends with it if you need to. But we start off, maybe. We start off with a brought back. It's 2 double white. Or it's just double white, sorry. It's an instant. Choose up to 2 target permanent cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn, returning them into the battlefield tapped.
I love using that for lands.
Yeah, if you get any of your fetches, you can do that off pretty nice.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great, like, I use it for as a ramp piece because of that. So the next one's gonna be Fake Your Own Death for 1 in a black. It's an instant. Until end of turn, target creature gains +2/+0 and gains when this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control, and you create a treasure token. That part's nice.
We're ramping. We could ramp them. But
Yep.
For us, it's generally going to be you're trying to block my Abigale with something bigger, and I want both of them to die.
Yeah.
Right? We have a Feign Death next. 1 block, because you have to attack with Abigale. That's the other thing. People are going to try to kill you with this. This is an aggressive deck. You have to be aggressive and try actually kill people with it. Commander damage is kind of our only way, or rage quitting. Those are our options, really. Well, we have a few other options, but those are most of our options. So we have got our Feign Death next. This is 1 black. Until end of turn, target creature gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control with a 1/1 counter on it.
And then after that, we have Kaya's Ghost Form for a single black. It's an enchantment aura. Enchant creature or planeswalker you control. Whenever an enchanted permanent dies or is put into exile, return that card to the battlefield under your control.
Go ahead and source it. You do you.
You know what? Have you ever seen anyone put this on a planeswalker?
Yep. It's rough.
It's so annoying.
It's rough. It's a good card. It's
It is.
especially for like it's a $2 common, so you know it's got some good stuff. Speaking of expensive commons and uncommons, Malika Rebirth also really needs a reprint. It's like $16. That's crazy. But it's 1 black. It's another one of the modal lands. So the back is just a Malika Mire, enters tapped, 1 black mana, but the front is Malika Rebirth, 1 black. Choose target creature, you lose 2 life. Until end of turn, that creature gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control.
Yeah, it's so good. It's like basically like a black staple. Let's face it. I hate to say it, but it is.
Well, it's just wonderful, right? Especially it can just sit in the land slot and stuff, right? Like this takes up it's counted in the lands in my deck. So
Yeah, like it's a land, and like, at the same time, if it's not, it's like a piece of protection for your like commander or your creatures. So it's just so good.
it is hilarious if you think you get Abigale and I get you again.
Yeah, $16 though. Oh my goodness. All right, last card here. Not Dead After All is another single black instant speed card. Until end of turn, target creature you control gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. Then create a Wicked Roll token attached to it. So once again, the Wicked one is enchanted creature gets a +1/+1, and when the aura is put into the graveyard, each opponent loses 1 life.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's really good.
Our next section we have here is Fast Blinks. You knew that they were in here.
Yeah.
You knew they were coming. There's a lot of good abilities, and we just can't let other people have good abilities or fun. So we start our Fast Blinks off with Acrobatic Maneuver. 2 and a white, exile target creature you control, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control, draw a card.
We have a Cloud Shift for a single white instant. Exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control. I'm glad they reprinted that.
Yeah. It's I really like the avatar artwork. I'm still coughing so much. We have Ephemerate next. It's 1 white. Exile target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. And it has a rebound, which is so funny.
Rebound's so annoying in something like this. Oh, after that, we have a Flicker of Fate. Ooh, that's some nice artwork. I like that one.
I love that artwork, the Jumpstart one, yeah.
It's for 1 and a white. It's an instant. Exile target creature or enchantment. Then return to the battlefield under its owner's control.
Yep. We have a Justicar's Portal as well. 1 and a white again. Exile target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control and against first strike. We already have first strike, so that doesn't matter, but
yeah, first strike's still nice.
You have to try and make the case to your play group that technically gives you double strike because you have first strike twice.
Oh, good lord. All right. We have a Scroll Shift after that for 2 and a white. It's an instant. Exile up to 1 target artifact, creature, or enchantment you control. Then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control, and you can draw a card.
That's nice to save our Panharmonicon.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because people are going to want to kill the Panharmonicon for sure.
Yeah, that's like target number 1 most of the time.
Yeah, you definitely don't want me to be able to like double rec abilities with this deck. It's not fun.
Yeah, I agree.
We've got Slip on the Ring next. 1 and a white. Exile target creature you own and then return to the battlefield under your control. The ring tempts you.
I am looking forward to the Hobbit set coming out because I want more things that tempt you with the ring, or ring tempts you.
Ring tempts you is a cool mechanic.
I like it. I like it a lot. So I want to play more with my Nazguls and my Smeagol.
Yeah. Smeagol's such a fun commander.
Let's see. Okay, that's it for the fast blink. We're on to the next section here, which is going to be protection. Because let's face it, we want to protect our stuff. We not want to protect ourselves. You said it's an aggressive deck, right? So
yeah.
First one is going to be Batwing Broom for 1 and an Orzhov. So it's an instant. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. If white was spent to play the Batwing Broom, each player loses 1 life for each attacking creature he or she controls. If black was spent to play the Batwing Broom, do both if both colors were spent. This is a great card. The only problem is it's $7.
It also needs kind of a reprint, but there's not really a spot to reprint it.
No, there's no real spots to print it. They only did the one printing of it, they did the multiples. They did 2.
What else is it printed in? Yeah, it's just a list card as the other one. And out in the arch enemy, but it's an Eventide card, yeah.
Yeah. So it's mainly just Eventide, but still, it's a $7 card. You don't see it often for that reason, which is unfortunate. It's such a good card.
Yeah, the lose 1 life for attacking is a nice way to keep, especially because we have things like the hissing miasma, the ravens, whatever, Misery the Raven, whatever the card is.
Yeah.
They've already priced in that they're going to lose 1 life, and then that happens again. It's hilarious.
It's fun. It is fun.
Next we have a Holy Day. Prevent all combat damage will be dealt this turn. We're going to need that one.
After that, we have Imp's Mischief for 1 and a black. Change the target spell with a single target. You lose life equal to that spell's converted mana cost. Fantastic card. It's so much fun.
I love that card. In a best case scenario, someone's trying to fireball you and get rid of you, and you can send it back at them, which is hilarious. But in a worst case scenario, we're sending their exile back at another creature they control.
I tend to use this for counter spells.
Yeah. Imp's Mischief is a fun card. People don't see it coming, really.
No.
Next, we have an Ink Shield, which is, in my opinion, one of the better cards. It's a Strixhaven theme deck, right? Like the characters, although they're on Lorwyn, they're from Strixhaven. Abigale is a silver quill. Our Ink Shield is wonderful. It's 3/1 white, 1 black. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to you this turn. For each 1 damage prevented this way, you create a 2/1 white and black Inkling creature with flying. I love this card.
And then the last one we have is going to be Sajiri Shelter for 1 and a white. Target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. It also has a backside, which is going to be the Glacier, and it just enters in tapped and taps for a white.
Yeah. So basically we're through, I would say, the majority of the deck, and now we're into what I like of the deck. Sherman, tell them what our last section is.
Stuff that is just annoying. And it's true. It is already just annoying.
This $200 of the deck. So basic,
Abigale.
basically just move most of this and you have the budget version of the deck. But let's start with stuff that's annoying. Number one, Archetype of Courage. 1 double white, creatures you control have first strike. Creatures your opponents control lose first strike and can't have or gain it.
I feel more people need to play with this because First Strike is a fantastic defensive card, let alone offensive. It's fantastic for defensive because you can just like pile up like 6 creatures to block 1 if need be, and you'll still be good.
Well, you've also got to remember, we're giving them first strike every time we do this Abigale ability.
That is true. We're taking it away.
Yeah, we need to get it away from them.
Yeah. After that, we have the Aven Mind Sensor for 2 and a white. It's a creature bird wizard that's a 2/1. It has flash because you need it, and it has flying. If an opponent would search a library, that player searches the top 4 cards of that library instead. Ugh.
My logic is simply it's a bird, and this is a bird deck.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. The next one's such a fun card to play. It's Debt of Loyalty. 1 double white. Regenerate target creature, but gain control of that creature. This is such an interesting 3 mana card because there's so much destroy stuff that's going to be like, we have destroy stuff in the deck, right? But we also have the ability to first strike. Like, we're going to be giving, it's really, really fun to kind of bait your opponents a little bit. Say like, I don't want your giant creature to hit me. I won't exile it, but you do that. So I make Sherman's 10/10 or whatever, a flying first strike lifelinker, knowing someone else is going to have to destroy it, have to deal with it. Then I will regenerate it when it destroys, and I'll gain control of it. Now I have this new big 10/10 flying lifelinker.
Yeah. I personally...
I was going to say really quickly.
Were you saying something else?
Yeah, I just also love the flavor text. I killed him because I had to. Stark lied to Gerard, but now I pledge my loyalty to you. I had to do it.
Yeah. I personally used to play this quite often. I've started to take it out of my decks because I've been playing a lot more Exile.
Exile's great. And you a lot of times you're putting in a lot of sacrifice abilities, which are wonderful to get around for the indestructible, for those kind of things. Like the sacrifices is a hard thing to actually deal with, right? Because there's so much of the heroic intervention style effects where everything's indestructible till end of turn, right?
Yeah. So it is what it is. The next one, my goodness, it jumped up. Holy smokes. Delny Streetwise Lookout for 2 and a white. Legendary creature, human scout 2/2. Creatures you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. If an ability of your creature you control with power 2 or less triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. This one is just expensive because you have to foil one, or?
No, it's just expensive no matter what it is. They're all $50, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's still $50. Good golly.
Yeah, that's the promo one that I have, but like I think they're all...
Yeah, cheapest one is $48. Good golly. Great card, annoying card. This was, every time I see this, I always think of Mom because they always go together. I'm just like, oh, so annoying.
Well, yeah, Delny's wonderful, and especially like I said, we've got a lot of our stuff that is Enter the Battlefield, right? Scholar of New Horizons, Abigale herself, like all of these things, they're all going to trigger with this. It's giving us a nice little unblockable. False Cure's hilarious. It's one of my favorite ways to kill people in this deck. Because there's so much lifelink, it's so prevalent. There's so much double your life total, all those kind of shenanigans, life gain decks. But it's just a double black. Until end of turn, whenever a player gains life, that player loses 2 life for each 1 life he or she gained.
That's so good.
Yeah. And again, we're able to give all these things lifelink, right? So we're kind of baiting them a little bit into having the lifelink. They might kill us, but they'll die at the same time.
Yeah. After that, we have Hidden Stockpile for a white and a black. It's an enchantment. It has Revolt. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn, create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. And for 1 mana, you can sacrifice a creature to scry 1. I like this card a lot, especially like in Blink decks, because technically something left the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, what's also nice too about this is that we can, if we need to late game as well, we can start giving our 1/1s flying lifelink and first strike.
Yeah, fair.
Right. Yeah. Also, False Cure's the flavor text, I do unto others as they have done unto me. Hilarious.
False Cure is so much fun. There's another black one. I can't remember. It was like,
Oh, it's there. Don't worry, you'll see it.
oh,
It's there.
hell.
Oh, it's there.
Okay.
Next, we have an Immortal Obligation. This is 1 and a white. Return target creature card from an opponent's graveyard to the battlefield under their control with a duty counter on it. For as long as that creature has a duty counter on it, it is goaded, can't attack you or a permanent you control, and can't block creatures you control.
Fun times. After that, we have the good old Mana Tithe for a single white. It's an instant that counters target spell unless its controller pays 1.
Nothing makes me happier than mana tithing like a Cultivate or a Farseek or something like that.
You suck.
It's so good. Like, because there's so many players like me. I'm number one for this, where I keep a horrendous hand, but I'm like, well, I have a Cultivate. It can fix itself. I just need to draw 1 more mana. I draw that 1 more mana. I try to play the Cultivate. I get Mana Tithe. Wrecked game. Nothing. I draw no lands for the next, because I play with like 33 lands and everything. I draw no lands. I just sit there fuming. Hilarious. And then in this deck, once I finally start getting creatures out, I make it so they have no abilities. Oh, beautiful. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Ruining, especially with Lorwyn, there's going to be a lot of like elf decks and stuff, right? Just ruining people's Llanowar elves is hilarious. Ruining their Birds of Paradise, like you gotta think about like how many like early game ramp pieces people actually use in creature slots right now, and how funny it is to just wreck them. It doesn't have to be a big impactful card like an Avacyn, although it is hilarious to get someone's Avacyn. But you can just like getting their like Archdruid, Priest of Titania, any of those cards. It's so funny. It's so funny to just, now you have a 1/1 flying lifelink Llanowar elf. What's up? Next, I like it. It's fun. Next, we have our Plague Drone here. This is 3 and a black for a 3/3 demon with flying. It has Rutfly, and if an opponent would gain life, that player loses that much life instead.
See, that's more reasonable. It's $4.
Yeah, right? Nice. A nice cost.
After that is a card I love. Is Solemnity for 2 and a white. It's an enchantment. Players can't get counters, and counters can't be put on artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or lands.
Yeah, then they just get nothing when Abigale enters.
Do you have Phyrexian Unlife in here? No, you don't.
But you could put it in. It's a good one.
Yeah.
I do like it. On theme with our commander as well, we have this next card, which is Sudden Spoiling, which is super funny. 1 double black, it's got split second. So as long as it's on the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities that aren't mana. Until end of turn, creature's target player controls loses all abilities and has base power toughness 0/2.
So good, so unexpected. It's an $8 card for a reason.
It's nice too, because again, we're gonna do it on people's big stuff, like their Ulamogs, their big annoying stuff, and those are coming at us. So it is really nice to bait them into an attack. First strike and killing it with Abigale, like after and stuff, because now they're just a 0/2. We don't have to really deal with too much. Just 0/2 is easy to get through.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
After that, we have Tainted Remedy. Yeah, so you really do have all 3 of them in here. It's for 2 and a black. It's an enchantment. If an opponent would gain life, that player loses that much life instead. All 3 of those cards, Tainted Remedy, Plague Drone, and False Cure. Those are so good. Like, just when I first saw the Spider-Man one for Mr. Negative, I wanted to play it with these 3 cards. And I'm just like, no, that's just too mean.
These are wonderful defensive cards because they do they really stop people from wanting to, because we're taking mirror damage at this point, right? Like if you want to hit me with your 10/10 that I've taken the abilities from, you can do it, but it's going to cost you 10 life to do it, right?
Yeah.
Which is
go ahead.
I was going to say, and you did mention that like even a little bit of life gain does go a pretty far way in a lot of decks these days.
Yep.
So like, just the fact that we can gain some of that life back as we continue to take and wreck people's things. But there's a lot of decks that are just really life gained. Like I see a lot of Hope Esselheim, like those kind of life gain mill decks right now. And there's a lot of decks that just kind of get folded by these abilities. They don't really have a way around it. Not a lot of people pack enchantment removal still. Like it's kind of a staple to maybe 1 or 2 in a deck. So you really have, there's a lot of enchantments that are annoying in this deck to remove.
I like having these cards around if your play group tends to play a lot of like things like Soul Sisters, just because like Wizards keeps on bringing out a lot more cards like that. So like like Spider-Man, you had Aunt May. In Edge of Eternities, you had like, oh, what was that one card? Like, I can't remember. Like, you have one in Edge of Eternities. You had one in Spider-Man. You have
Mhm.
like, you keep on getting them, right?
I
So
recently made a Elish Norn, like Mother Machines, a cleric deck that's meant to specifically just have those enters gain life ones, because there's so many good ones that are coming out now, right? It's a it's a cleric deck. The theme is like they worship Elish Norn, so it's annoying.
yeah,
It's fun.
so it's just seeing stuff like this just ruins their day for the most part every single time. So if you have a play group that does that, just throw these in, and they're just gonna hate you, but it's fun.
Yes. Sherman, you read us this last card too, because it's quite the card to talk about. This is there's not really many ways to find or get this. 30th edition is kind of the only affordable way, really. Other than that, I think it's like a $400 card on its own.
On its own, no, it's more like a $50 card if you can find it still. But like if you're finding like the original printing ones, like yeah, they get expensive. But anyways,
But that's what I mean.
so
I think it's only the what's it called? It's only the 30th
maybe
version. Yeah, because everything else is 400, 700. Word of yeah, you take it. It's one of the weirdest cards in Magic, I would say.
so the card we're talking about is going to be Word of Command for 2 black. Okay, it's an instant. You look at target opponent's hand and choose a card from it. You control that player until Word of Command finishes resolving. The player plays that card if able. While doing so, the player can activate mana abilities only if they're from lands that player controls, and only if mana produced is spent to activate other mana abilities of lands the player controls, and or to play that card. If the chosen card is cast as a spell, you control the player while this spell is resolving. So basically, this Daniel casts it on me. He looks at my hand. He chooses a card. Okay. He can spend mana from my lands to pay for that. He cannot over tap.
I can
Okay.
use your artifacts though too.
You can only use my artifacts, but for the lands, you cannot over tap.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
specifically state that.
Yeah, you can only use the mana you need.
Yeah. During that time, I pretty much have to cast it because Daniel said so. Okay. And then Daniel gets to choose how it resolves. So if you have like a card that like has different, like, choose 2 or whatever, or like target this, blah, blah, blah. So he basically gets to control my one spell for that one particular time. And that's it.
It's what's fun and weird about this card, and I really wish that they would print more stuff like this, is first off, you tapping your mana doesn't change that I can use whatever mana I choose to cast that spell. I can't overplay it, but if you want to be like, well, I'll tap out, I'll be like, okay, well, I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
But Word of Command gets over every piece of timing restriction. So you can use this to force cast their creatures on their turn. You can use it to force cast their enchantments and sorceries. Like you can get rid of some really, really cool things that people are doing. Like you can kind of definitely have some cool shenanigans. I haven't had a place to put Word of Command in for a long, long time because it's kind of annoying. It's kind of not super accessible. But these 30th edition ones, they're not horrendous. If you can, again, you can find them. You can always just proxy them. Just always proxy them. Don't even worry about it. But if you did want to buy them, you know the place. But Word of Command, it's just such a fun, silly card because a lot of times people are like, you're making people draw at weird times and stuff like that. You're also causing them to overdraw, which makes people do that. So they're gonna have a lot of bigger cards in their hand that they're like saving up for and stuff, right? And you're being annoying, so they're going to be saving like I want to kill Daniel with this. I want to do that. I really, really like being able to just, number one, anything that lets you control people is so funny. But yeah, I really, really like this one. It's not a card you get to see very often. Again, it is expensive, even in its like lowest form of $65. So in I'd probably put in like maybe a Worst Fears kind of thing as the other one, but then you don't get the instant speed. But yeah, this is like I said, it's a weird card for sure. Have you ever seen anyone play this one, Sherman?
I haven't, but I know of its reputation. What I suggest to people though is to proxy this card for now, just to try it out and just to play around with it. It is a really interesting card, and it it makes the game interesting because of the fact that you can do this at any point in time, and timing restrictions go past, right? So for instance, like something like I would do this for is like if someone's casting something and they're worried that someone's going to counter the spell, I will, or if I'm worried about that, I can cast this and be like, oh, let me see your hand, let me, just to like peek at it, and then I can like tap out whatever mana to use up what they have, so they can't counter anything at all. They have to respond at that point in time, right?
Yep. Well, and you can force it to you're trying to save up your Cyclonic Rift mana. Again, you wouldn't have a Cyclonic Rift because this is a bracket 2 deck. Let's remember that. But
yeah,
if you were playing your bracket 2 Cyclonic Rifts, I can force you to use that way earlier than you probably wanted to by word of commanding you. Otherwise I'm casting it for its first 1 in a blue mode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is an annoying card. Like I said though, like, just try it out, proxy it, talk to your group, and they're like, hey, I heard about this card. Let me just play around with it and just see where it goes. Like, it is an expensive card for a reason. It's a reserve list card, so like you're never really gonna see it. But it is nice to play cards like this that you will probably never access ever, in your lifetime, just to see what it's like.
The other thing too is that again, I really like the immersion of Magic, right? Like I like this is the artwork, that's what it is and stuff, right? So if you want, you get your little your dry erase tokens from Nerd Gear, promo code 1999. You just write on a swamp, word of command, and then you just draw it. I'll let you cast it if you draw the card. It can't be that hard, right? Like it's just I'm not an artist myself, but this one looks not horrible to draw. If for anyone who hasn't seen the art and anyone's not watching the video, it's just 2 eyes, just like a full black background and 2 eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like I said, this is my Abigale deck. It's I think it's really, really fun to play. There's a lot of it's a difficult one to threat assess because a lot of people aren't going to expect a lot of these weird things like the anti-life gain, the blink and wreck their creatures kind, right? Not everyone, a lot of people build decks specifically around their commander. They don't like losing their commander ability. So you're going to make people, especially because of how low cost Abigale is, you're going to make people really think twice about bringing out some of their better cards, because who wants just a Seedborn Muse that's just a flying first strike lifelinker?
Yeah. It's fun for stuff like that. Like, Dress Down is already strong in Commander for the fact that it gets rid of all abilities and everything. The fact that Abigale is like, oh, it stays like that forever, basically, until like, even if you remove the commander, it doesn't matter. It still like, has no abilities. That's the annoying part.
Yeah. It's like I said, it is pretty rough. The ability to indefinitely remove abilities is kind of insane.
Yeah. Especially for like if your play group builds their decks where everything's just based around their commander constantly, like their deck cannot run without the commander, run something like this, right? Do it. It will annoy the crap out of them. You're gonna be hated in your play group for like in a good way, not in a bad way. Okay, let's just put that out right there. But it is really, really good because like a lot of people really do just build their decks based around their commanders constantly, and if their commander's not out, they just sit back and just do nothing. It's just like your deck should be able to function without your commander still. So, but if you have people that are like in your play group that build specifically like that, this is devastating.
Yeah. Well, and this really, really hurts like a Voltron commander, because again, a lot of those things are like an aura is this creature gets that and now it doesn't.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Like a lot of time, it's not the aura that has the ability. It's the creature gets that ability from that aura or whatever, right? Like, so you have a lot of things that really, really like the, again, hitting someone's Nekusar, there's Xeris, like any of these commanders that like really, if you play this into like an Urza player, you know what I mean? Like I'm casting Urza. All right, well, I Abigale it.
Yeah. I'm just picturing you having Flash and then playing CEDH, and someone's like fast as Oracle. Well, Abigale's out, sucker.
I'm gonna go ahead and Abigale that construct of yours. It's a 0/0 that gets 1/1 for each artifact. Interesting.
Yeah.
Now it's dead. Now it
Yeah.
gets nothing. Abigale is like it is just a super fun one. It's a very fun way to play. Like I said, I will put up like a budget version of the deck that doesn't have so many super expensive cards, but this is my version of Abigale, and I love it. I'm happy with going to the Strixhaven stuff because I like even this isn't Strixhaven, this is a Lorwyn card, right? But like they still did what I like, which is a unique take on the different colors, right? This is a unique Orzhov commander. It's kind of unlike anything I've seen before, and it's such a weird thing to put the flying first strike lifelink. You can build the big annoying vanillas like shakedown heavies, that kind of stuff, and have your own. But what fun is that?
Yeah. And the best part is it's not breaking the color pie either.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
we're giving counters. We just have ways to take the counters away, and yeah. But you are, again, I cannot stress this warning enough. You're gonna get attacked. There's no way to play this deck without, like, if you are uncomfortable being the target and you don't have a good sense of humor, don't build a deck like this. If you do have a good sense of humor and you don't mind fighting the table, because that's what's happening. You're fighting the table with this deck. You're fighting for your life with this. You're hoping that you get some of these defense cards out early, and you're just fighting for your life after it, and you're trying to not be too annoying by like hiding behind the group hug, like, oh, there's a Fontamethus, I'm giving you guys draw. But you're fighting the table with this deck. You're unequivocally wrecking someone's game. It doesn't matter whose the game is. It's not ours. We're having a wonderful time. Literally, if you get Abigale off one time, if somebody plays a turn 1 Birds of Paradise and I just drop a turn, like I'm the first person in turn order, and I just drop a turn 2 Abigale, no one even expects that level of toxicity. Nobody is even prepared for it. Even if Abigale's right there on a nice, beautiful commander tray, and you let everyone know, even if you had a big Abigale playmat, no one expects you to be that person. No one expects you to be mean like that. Yeah, that's the deck, Sherman.
All right.
Yeah. Any final notes on that? Are we good to wrap her there?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Well, if you want to buy any of these annoying cards to wreck your playgroups game, go over to houseofcards.ca. Promo code IT99 is going to get you a discount at checkout. It's going to support us. It's a great way to do it. If you want to directly support us, go over to Patreon. It's the easiest way to directly kind of get in touch with us, build these decks with us, kind of thing, talk spoilers, all that kind of stuff. It's a nice place to just help us out. And yeah, like, share, subscribe. It really does help people see it more. Then people come and tell me that my deck building is bad more. It's a good time. I really like it. Everyone's like, well, you should put more instants in. Then I put more instants in. And then there are these kind of instants. No one likes it, but I think it's fun. And then if you want like nice places to display this, like I was talking about with the nice commander trays, go over to Nerd Gear. Again, promo code IT99 is going to get you a wonderful discount. They've got really cool stuff. The dry erase tokens are kind of something everyone really needs. At a certain point, you just gotta kind of bite the bullet and realize you need them no matter what, right? Carrying around that many tokens, just not feasible. But dry erase tokens, easily feasible. Plus, it's always fun to try and like watch your friends draw, stuff like that. So again, promo code IT99 for both of those things. And thank you guys for getting through this fun deck with us. It's a good time. I like it. And then, yeah, we just give them the music. We just relax a little.
All right. Laters.
Bye-bye.